The revival of 5-year-old bay horse Last Lick is one of the captivating stories in local racing during the 2022 season. Last Lick was off the track due to an injury for 34 months. He returned on October 15 and has since won 4 races on the trot to qualify for the Overnight Allowance grouping. Following the third victory by Last Lick, his trainer, Gordon Lewis, shares with the team from Gallop Com and the Galloper You Tube channel the story behind the sublime success of this talented horse.
Last Lick, we realized he was off the track for 34 months.
Yes,
Came back and reeled off 3 straight wins. But there's an interesting backstory. Tell us about it.
Well, the last race that he raced at Caymanas Park was in the back end of 2019, December to be exact. He was running in my grandfather's Memorial Cup race, actually, on a mud track. And there was a spill.
What race was that?
It was the Aguilar Trophy,
Andrew H.B.
Aguilar Trophy.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a spill in the vicinity of the half mile and the 3.5 where, I think memory serves me correctly, about 3 or 4 horses came down, including the horse that broke its leg. And he was traveling on the rail like in 3rd position, and he pitched and went down. He didn't actually dislodge the rider, but the rider went right down on him, but the rider was able to stay on him, and he finished the race. I think he ran back 7th, right? But he wasn't right. And I had an x-ray done on his leg, on the pastern area, and he had a slight fracture on it, hairline fracture, very slight. So it was recommended to me that he rest for 3 to 4 months, as it wasn't that severe. So I told the owner, who I'm very close with, Uncle Tony Hart, that it'd be cheaper for him to take the horse back down to his farm at Good Hope and keep him down there, where he could get the necessary attention, yes, and it wouldn't cost him a lot of money to do that. So he stayed down there for the 3 to 4 months, and after that, Mr. Hart got sick. So everything kind of came to a close as far as horse racing went. That is why he got the name Last Lick, because this is last lick in horse racing.
Okay.
And after the horse got back to himself and was son and so on, his grandson started to play polo. So he was being schooled down there by some friends of mine to play, right? And he was going along all right, but because he's a very heavy set horse, didn't have much lateral movement on him, right? And that is a very important factor, as well as handle, to be able to stop and turn and be agile. But he's a very heavy set horse. His temperament was right, but his maneuverability wasn't. So he was just left down there, and he was being ridden around, I get at leisure sometimes, right? And then my mind ran on him again because I knew he had talent, right? Because when he was in training, Helicopter, who is now in Overnight Allowance, and him used to be paired together. He used to train the two of them together. And he was always a better horse than Helicopter, and still with to this day. You know, physically he's a stronger horse, and he's just better. And I inquired about him on several occasions, and the family agreed for me to get him. So I got him.
And that was when?
That was in April of this year.
Of this year, okay.
Yeah, April of this year. And I had him up at my farm for a while in St. Anne, and then we got him vaccinated up and so forth and brought him in here. Right, he's only been in here like about 4 months now. About 4 months. But he had the talent, you see, which was very important. Because a lot of horses, even in the beginning, have very little talent. So when they get older, they even have less, you know.
So you're not really surprised at what he has done since he has been back?
Not really, no. When the opposition have raced 20, 25, 30 times. They have a lot more wear and tear on them. You know, and that is a big plus, I think, to his, you know, advantage.
Trainer, what scope do you see in Last Lick? Where do you think he can reach?
I think he can. I think, you know, wherever helicopter is in Overnight, I think he can go there. You know, whether he can, you know, excel there, we'll have to wait and see. You know, because there are some very good horses in that rating group. You know, but it's all about, you know, I guess you choose the right race. You might get some races a little easier than others. You know, conditions them suit him better, and you know, we hope for the best from there. You know.
And how was he bounced back from those 3 races? I mean, maiden 1, 2, 1, 3.
It bounced back. The first race that he ran in was the 4th Street, right? And because of how the races were written, the next race was the week after, which was a 5th Street.
Right.
That is why I told the rider to ride it out in that race so you can get a blow, because we're going to go a furlong longer in 7 days' time, right? So because of that, you know, he came back in the 5th Street, and he was tired after that race because they got the back-to-back races, and you know, I remember, you know, the time span from when he had raced till now, and the type of training which he had got. He didn't get any, you know, heavy brutalized type training, and because of that, he was a bit tired after that race. But you know, we got him back together, and then he came back 2 weeks after that, right, in another 5th Street, which happened to, you know, be on the program, and was able to get lucky and win that race too, right? That race he came out of good.
That's the last one.
That's the last one. Came out of good, right? So hopefully we can step up from there, you know.